¡Oh!
Hey,
¡Bienvenido!
everybody.
Figures, no estoy incluido. That's terrible Spanish. I needed to practice before we actually did this. Celebrating our quinceañera here, episode 15. I am Mikey, figure report here with David Piscina. Welcome. Welcome, everyone. And thanks for coming on. It's a two-headed monster today. Our Ed in chief, our editor in chief, is on a little hiatus, but we'll get him back sooner rather than later. But just us running the show on this Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to you, Mr. Poole.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it. I'll try to fill in Big Ned's shoes,
Got some
but
big, got some big shoes. Got some big socks.
I'll do my best. He's an awesome father. Happy Father's Day to him.
He really
To
is.
all the fathers.
If I had to rank the fathers that I know personally, he's up there.
Yeah, he's
He's up.
top three for sure.
Oh, he's top three. Do you want to rank our friends and family right now, and then we can share this with them? I think they would like that. I think that'd be okay. So I don't think they would mind. Yeah, glad to be back. Missed last week. I was sick, so always something happening. And then we had Memorial Day, and so it's been a little bit of a crazy time, kind of getting back into the swing of things. But we're happy to do it. We're happy to get the show rolling. Yeah. Just last week, I couldn't talk.
Yeah.
I had some nasty ass throat stuff going on.
Yeah, I think there's a vaccine for it, but you're anti-vax now or something.
Yeah, I
But
mean, look, I just follow what the CDC says, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, they seem like they know what they're doing. The
yeah,
RFK people.
yeah. I just wait for him to tell me what type of heroin to take, and then and then that's where I'll go from
You
there.
gotta feed that brainworm.
He's hungry, baby. He's hungry. You gotta eat. You gotta
But
eat.
you guys did like 2 podcasts last, so you were still doing
Yeah,
stuff.
so we weren't short for content out there for sure because we had the whole toy underground. I want you to talk about it because you were actually there. But Ed and I were out doing the rounds, promoting it. We went on Toy Migos. Shout out to Toy Migos that had us on. We were also on. What was the other one that we were on? It's a little bit of a blur because I was
NC Underground, the with Trey and
yeah with Trey. Yeah, so shout out to those dudes. They were awesome. But I was running to get home. I was so late for the show. And
you were
eh,
sweating.
I was man, I just well, I mean, there's stuff going on. Stuff I can't really talk about, but maybe in 4 months I can talk about it. But I was just rushing to get home. But we
I
did the
got you.
podcast, it was super fun. And so yeah, shout out to those dudes. Those are great. So if you want to check those out, they are definitely up on their channels. But really cool. Yeah, shout out to Trey for sure for having us on. That was super fun. Um, tell me about the underground, the swap.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the swap
sound like it was
was
a
we were
great
at
old time.
the Selma like Town Hall Civic Center,
Yeah.
downtown Selma, where Hidden Temple Toys is, where the awesome store that Ed owns and runs. And the
True.
thing was packed. They had never there's a second year Ed was kind of the host of it with the NC Underground,
Yeah.
and
The MC.
we got there. It was supposed to start at 10. We got there at 8 o'clock to set up, and people were already waiting to get in to set up their tables. And
Wow.
there was no room barely to walk. There were so many tables, so many deals going on. I People were not trying to price gouge. It was like everyone was super nice, good deals.
Very
People were wheeling and
community
dealing.
based kind of thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Ed was an amazing host. He gave out like
It always is.
almost $1,000 worth of raffle prizes to people. We're doing $1 raffles and everything, and everyone had a great time. So it was a awesome time.
Yeah, here's some photos from it on the Hidden Temple Instagram. I'm gonna scroll through a few of them. There's some family running the concession. There is our editor in chief with some people in cosplay. And look, you get the whole arena view of the swap and just see all these different artists selling their stuff. And man, tons of people. What did you get at the swap? Can you show me some things?
Yeah, I got a couple things. I got the Krang shredder.
Yeah,
This little guy. I got him for $20, brand new, sealed.
$20 at the swap.
Yeah, and I mean the Krang head is cool, but I'm just gonna pop on that awesome Shredder head that's in there,
Yeah, I mean, that
and
body's
then
brand new too, and that I mean, it looks cool with the Krang head, but the Shredder head, that whole figure
yeah.
looks great. So
So I'm gonna open this bad boy up, and
cool.
I got NECA the Genghis and Rasputin, the Toon ones.
Oh yeah,
Those for I got that both of those for $15. They were
yeah,
loose.
yeah, yeah.
Bought stuff for my kids, but I mean,
It's
it
more
was awesome.
more about you, but yeah, yeah, yeah. So you gotta watch out for number one, you know.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, exactly.
But I mean, I need them to rank me number one in the father ranking. So
Yeah,
I
it's an ongoing ranking. It changes, daily. Really, it's a really tough one to crack and to get to the top three. So make sure you're doing your due diligence with that. But anyway, we love to talk about toy news. What we do is what we primarily do. So let's just get right to it with the hot toy news of the week. We love when Hasbro does toy streams. I'll say I'm a Hasbro show. I like what they do. I mean, we're honest. When it comes to giving them praise, giving them criticisms, it's just part of the course of this thing, right? But they did some good stuff recently with the Star Wars stream, and with Star Wars, it's tricky. I feel like they've needed a win.
right.
It's one of those things where there's such a want, and there's two different families in Star Wars. You have your TVC and you have your Black Series, and you're trying to service two multiple fan bases. I guess with Marvel Legends, you're trying to satisfy comic fans and MCU fans, but there's a little bit more connectivity there. These are two totally separate toy lines with TVC and
Yeah.
Black Series, and I think they did a good job with getting to both fan groups. So their first reveal, and we can get to that right here, is they had these TVC 4 packs of the Snow Troopers. Are you into TVC? I know you like some TVC. I don't know if you're a builder like that.
Nah, I mean, just say we talked about this before. It's all about picking and choosing. I'm more when I buy Star Wars, I buy the Black Series. But
Yeah.
who doesn't love a bunch of snowtroopers that you can throw in your Hoth base invasion with Darth Vader, and they look good.
They do look good. I wish I could build armies like that. It would be fun. They look cool. I mean, they're reissues, so but
Yeah,
it's fun to get those. It's just fun to get like a whole pack of them. If you want to build, like you said, a whole Hoth diorama, and if you want to fill out scenes from the movies, Star Wars TVC came and delivered with the TIE Advance. The packaging, everything, the floating Darth Vader head, uh, exquisite attention to detail on this one, recreating the vintage box. What was your initial reaction with the TIE Advanced?
my initial reaction. I mean, I think I have two different versions of that TIE Advanced. I've always loved that from the first time it came on the screen in A New Hope.
Hmm.
But I wanted the 6 inch version. So at first I was like, oh man, this now that means they're not going to do this for a HasLab. But like you said, they're two different things.
They're two
And then
different.
when they started playing around with it and showing it more detail, it looks really sweet. The upgrades they've done to it seem like I might have to buy another one. And then, like you said, the packaging is awesome, and then the Vader that comes with it's nice. And then I think it should has a damaged. You can put the damaged wing in there from the collision with the Tie Fighter. So it might tempt me because I'm a sucker for the ships. I don't collect the TVC the figures, but I'm always tempted by all the ships. I'm a
Yeah.
Star Wars ship
Yeah, you
junkie.
love your Star Wars ships. The ships are awesome, man. Especially 3 and 3, 4. You can manage them a bit more than a 6 inch
That's
vehicle.
true.
So there's more room for those to actually collect. But they actually went in and put some details. You can see on the actual main console that he's flying. He has the X-wing in his sights, which is
That's
great.
nice.
You see the size relative to a human's, and you were talking about the panel you can switch off, and you can it's just cool. You can recreate an actual scene now and have
Yeah,
that wing part switched off, and you can do the part where the Millennium Falcon shoots it and it starts spinning around. He goes, "What?" So it's my favorite sound too. Where
And
is
I
it?
have my TVC Millennium Falcon.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I can try to string that up to the steel beam or something.
What?
Um, yeah, it's great. It's great. It's really cool. It got me kind of excited. Like, oh damn, you know. And look, I guess I guess some people would say, why are we rehashing? Why are we going back and doing something that isn't even? I don't remember the last tie advance that came out. When was that? Do you remember?
I don't remember. But I vaguely remember it was in. Oh, I don't know when they did the vintage packaging. Same thing. I think when Kmart was just dying. I
Okay.
remember. I think. Don't quote me on that. But
All right, so it's not that new. It's not that there's been enough time between the last release to kind of go back and redo it. And they said they went back and looked at the original schematics and artwork and went to fully faithfully recreate the tie advance, and it looks like they did it. I love just the damaged wing. It's so good.
yeah,
It's just a fun little detail, and it shows that they actually care about the thing that they're making. Um, I always envision, for some reason, depending on which version of the movie you see, the Thai Advance looks more blue than it does gray. And I
that's
think that's
true.
sort of like, what color is the dress sort of thing. I think this does a good recreation of the actual Thai Advance color.
Yeah,
I think it works. And the Darth Vader looks great. It's such a cool. I mean, Darth Vader. All Darth Vaders are awesome. You can't get enough, and I like that packaging as well. Some people were saying they were hoping they would fix the finish on the shoulders. That they were saying that sometimes a little bit too shiny. It should be maybe more of a matte or something. But figure looks good to me, so I don't know why we're crying. But people are very nitpicky and finicky when it comes to getting perfect movie portrayals of the
yeah.
characters they
And then
love.
also it depends. Is this gonna make the price go up, or is this like a bonus they're giving us for the vehicle?
Yeah, that I
So
don't know. That I don't know. It's like they can, if the reasoning would be, oh, since it has this figure, it is going to cost a little bit more. So the price of the Thai Advance is 139.99.
Ooh.
It's a pricey one. Is that? Do you think for what you see included is the price fair with this new Thai
Nah,
Advance?
I think $100 would be. I mean, I don't. That's the thing. The was the Mandalorian's Naboo speeder that was 100. I think was 140, 139.
Yeah.
But I mean, so they're comparable. They're one cockpit uh, ships,
Mm-hmm.
and that didn't. I don't even know if that came with a figure or not. I don't. I really don't remember. I mean, I guess that's the
That's
new
the new,
price.
it's the new normal, baby. Things are more
Yeah,
expensive. You're probably paying what, an extra 15% on, maybe even more, 25, 20%, twenty five
yeah.
percent on figures now. So if this was 115, maybe you're like, okay, that feels like a normal price, but now it's 140. I mean, that's a lot. It's
But then I just
massive
pre-ordered
number.
the GI Joe Off Striker that comes is 6-inch scale. It's a
100 bucks.
Jeep, $100, 99.99 comes with a 6-inch awesome figure with tons of accessories.
Yeah.
It's a
Well,
25. So you're getting a $25 figure. So it was $75 for the Jeep for this Off
yeah.
Striker.
Well, I mean, I guess the one difference, and not to be the shill advocate here, but is that with GI Joe, you're not paying a licensing fee. That's an in-house Hasbro property. With Star Wars, you do have the licensing fee, and so
That's
that
true.
might have to go into the cost of things. But still, 140 for the vehicle does feel a lot. But um, it's not something I get. I don't collect TVC, but I'm happy for people that are excited about this and that will bite the bullet and go for it. So this is up for pre-order Monday, this
Yeah,
Monday. So if you want to, shell out those shekels, you can go for it. What we were really excited about, and shout out to Brandon at
yes.
the Star Wars team, cool dude, really, really, really strapping young lad, as I like to say about my young men. I don't.
You
That
say
sounds
that about
weird.
all the young men you see.
Why am I talking about young men so much? I don't like this. Let's move on. I literally say that, and then Larry just got out of here. He was like, I'm not. I'm going to avoid this conversation at all in any manner because he can't be on record having a conversation about young men.
Yeah,
Anyway,
you're making me uncomfortable.
it really was. You had to get out of there for a little bit, but we're okay. We'll move on. Black Series comes in. They show some really, really awesome stuff. This is the San Diego Comic Con exclusive. I guess the battle at Mustafa from Revenge of the Sith. I mean, people again, we kind of go back to like, okay, are we just rehashing certain things? But I think everyone has been wanting a quintessential Obi-Wan and Anakin from Revenge of the Sith. It's been a long time since they did them. It's been, I mean, many, many years. Um, I'm getting to this because it's just like the coolest thing they showed from the whole stream. They had some other stuff too that we'll get to as well, but I want to get on this because this stuff was badass. Uh, Obi-Wan, Anakin, looking so damn good. These are newly sculpted figures from what they said, from the foot to the head, all new, newly designed. Him doing his sexy pose. So you love to see that. Alternate heads, alternate force hands. Finally, we don't just have Star Wars figures with gun holstering hands. They actually have boot cuts as well, which is just feels like the most obvious thing that should have happened, but now they actually have them. So you can tell that one, there's an attention to detail, which is what we talked about with Tie Advance, especially for the Black Series figures, that they actively listen to people and being like, okay, what are the things that you want? What's the item that you really want? What are the features you want in your figures? And they deliver them in this really cool, exciting package. People are going to get upset. Obviously, it's a Comic Con exclusive, right? It's not just a standard 2 pack. But these are brand newly tooled figures that they're gonna re-release
And
single
release and release and release. They
release
get
them
their use out of their mold. So
100%. This isn't just like a one-off, and you'll never see these figures again. You just won't get them with this package. And the package that's included, the forest hands are awesome. It's so great. I love that they did that. Such a good idea with a little ball peg, so you can freely move it around. It's not just on a vertical or a horizontal hinge. So that's really good. Single jointed. I mean, Black Series are basically single jointed. I remember them being double jointed when they first came out, but they reverted back to single, which is fine with me. They don't have to be Spider-Man comic book articulated type of characters like that. If they can move and move freely and get in some dynamic poses, perfect. And from the photos they showed, these don't feel as manipulated as something like a Mezco, production photos could look.
yeah,
These show just what their standard articulation and movement will be. They're not the highest of ranges, but they look good, for Star Wars characters. So they work fine. And you get the swooshing effects with the lightsabers. 3 different separate swooshing effects. So you got your small, your medium, and your large, which is great. And you can see them right there holding all 3 translucent swooshes. And then you have your Mustafar stand. The stand is awesome. I love the stand. What do you think?
yeah. If they would have just included all that stuff in as a 2 pack and not done the stands, I think people pretty much would have been happy with that, with the
Mm-hmm.
new tooling, new everything, all the accessories. But
Yeah.
then they throw in the stand, and not just one stand. It's awesome how it looked because you do the little droid thing,
And you got the little droid thing. There he
and
is.
and the flames remind me of the old Force Unleashed that they put around the bases of those
Yeah.
big figures, big
That's a good
chunky
call.
plastic and heavy. So you can tell it's good quality material.
Yeah, and
Uh,
you can actually take the flame effect off the droid too if you want to just have it for whatever reason, separate from that, but it also keys in to the whole piece. So it works so well. You can see in the promo photo, you get the whole it's over, I have the high ground, and then he gets sliced in half. So it's
Yeah, there's
perfect.
so many display options you can do with this. It's you can on a weekly basis you could change it to a new setting and a new part of the battle, and it's really awesome. And like we
Was
were talking about before with the Star Wars, I remember we did the Toy Fair talking at Toy Fair, how Star Wars had no presence really,
Yeah.
and when we were everything we talked about, we didn't spend hardly any time on Toy Fair. And I think I talked about how I'm not interested in Black Series anymore. And
Yeah, yeah.
within a couple months, they keep bringing more stuff out. The last
Yep,
exclusive they had from Celebration, the Ronin, I bought that as soon as I could, and it's an
yep,
awesome set. And then
yep.
they bring this stuff, and this Comic Con exclusive looks really really good.
It's been a really strong year for half year for Black Series, I would say, and DVC to another extent as well. But I think Black Series has just sort of been floating around a little bit. I think they went back and started doing more of the OT figures, the characters, and doing new versions of those. They went into now Shadows of the Empire, which is exciting, which has been highly requested. We even did, if you want to go back to the archives of figures not included, we talked about our most wanted Black Series figures. I would put this up there. I think we'll go into some other stuff that they showed off as well, but these are just two of the most iconic characters in all of Star Wars media. Period. Right. And so to recreate this scene, which is what people want to do, it's probably the best moment out of the prequels. It's the best fight scene. It's the thing that's the most heavily charged. It's the thing that really carries over into the original trilogy, and they recreate that faithfully. And you can you can recreate the movie. You can do your own thing. The packaging is really cool. You even have a little weapons effect too when the lightsabers go cling cling against each other. So that's really cool. I mean, overall, I'm just saying it's just really cool. It's the
Yeah,
first exclusive I've seen so far, besides the leaked Jada Street Fighter stuff, that had made me go, okay, I think I want that.
yeah,
It's the one that just looks the most exciting and interesting. And you also have, again, alternate heads, so you have the evil Anakin with the red eyes and looking very menacing. I think they did a really good job recreating the Anakin movie face. Something that can be a little sloppy and a little wonky. I mean, look at any Poe Dameron figure, and you can see for yourself. But with Anakin, I think they did a good job on the face.
yeah. I think they did a really good. And then this guy, talk about
Oh, he's pissed.
Mustafar. It's more like Mustashafar. They gave him he's hitting the Rogaine and taking his vitamins for his hair because he freaking that's a thick mustache.
Oh, he's so thick. He's thick with hair and hatred towards his brother. He did it all for democracy, and this is what he get. So yeah, so that's really cool. I mean, that's all I have to say about that. I've said it a bunch of times. I'll keep saying it again. So this one, what would you say the value of this one's at? Like, what's the price? What's the max you're gonna pay for this?
Oh man, that's tough. I mean, like 79.99
Hmm. Well, we
would
talked
be.
about things being a little bit more expensive than you would hope for or expect with like the Thai event. So this one is 109.99.
Yeah, that's right. You're talking the two figures by themselves. Okay, 25 each. That's 50. So you're paying $50 for everything else. No, $60 for everything else.
It's $60 for the stand, all the effects pieces, the extra accessories. This is a maximum Black Series.
Yeah,
you know yeah, they're newly sculpted figures, but like, I mean, who like you shouldn't have to pay extra, that you're going ahead and be like, okay, we're going to redesign figures now. Like, that doesn't mean like, oh, now we're going to charge you more
yeah.
because of it.
Like we
That's
said, they're gonna reuse these molds. They're
absolutely
gonna sell these in single packs. It's not like it's a one and done.
absolutely not what is going to be included in that single pack. That I don't know.
Yeah,
It could just be the figure, a lightsaber, the Holt, and maybe a force hand, but they're pretty bare bones Black Series when it comes to
that's true.
accessories. You don't get a lot with them. I
So yeah,
can't.
and then how available is this gonna be? It's a Comic Con exclusive. Is so
That's the other thing.
if it's a
I
rare
mean,
piece, people will pay that 109, and then on the aftermarket, people will pay $200 for it. So
if you're at San Diego and you see this and you're in line, are you gonna get it, or are you gonna be like, no, I'll wait?
no, I think I would get this one. It's unique enough and new enough,
Prisoner of
and
the moment. That's what you are, David.
I would, yeah, I would get the FOMO all over myself for it. So
You be foaming all over your pants,
I don't
leaking
want to
from.
pay it, but I'm gonna pay it.
That's fair.
I'll
That's fair.
file a complaint, but I'll buy it anyway.
You can write a strongly worded letter to the Monopoly man. So this is just excellent photos. I think Shooting the Galaxy did these, and when you can sell a movie image like this, a recreation with figures, it goes a long way to wanting to get them. You
Yeah.
know, like you're not. I mean, you could recreate, the scene like this, but even just with the stand, it does a good job. So that's a kind of a silly pose, but it's still whoa 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 whoa. But they look great. Like close ups, and then you see just like the red reflecting off his face, and you really see the eyes popping out on this one. Um, it looks really good. It gets me excited for him, and I think this is the year and this is the high ground little butt shot on Obi-Wan, and this is all nice pliable plastic that they were saying, so you can move the biceps, like even the figures have butterfly joints now, so you can move the arms around a little bit more, get some more range out of those. This is a perfect recreation. That's such an iconic shot from the movie, and then you got your Force hands. They look cool, man. They look cool. I think I would be tempted as well, even though I'm not that big of a fan of Revenge of the Sith, and I like these characters. It would be cool to have, but there's something about that whole display like just looks cool. It just looks really nice on a shelf like that. It's such a good representation of Star Wars. At least for me, when it comes back to prequels, and we've talked about Clone Wars, and we'll talk a lot about that a little bit now, going into the other stuff they showed. But this would be enough for me. Barisofi, another highly requested one. I think we talked about having her included with like Luminara and Shock T.
Hmm.
Ed really wants a sexy Shock T, but he can. You have to wait for that one. We'll get to sexy figures in a bit. Barisofi, were you excited for Barris?
Yeah, Bears. She's always been a cool character, and then they gave her in the final season of Clone Wars. Her and Ahsoka had a lot of stuff going on, and she fell to the dark side and all that stuff. And supposedly in the lore, she became a Sith Inquisitor and everything. But this is before all that. This is when she was a Jedi.
Mm.
Since it looks really nice, it looks really good. And if you
Yeah,
wanna have your Jedi collection from the prequels and stuff, you gotta buy her. And the
you got
upgrades
the
they
nice
did on this,
yeah,
how they did this
yeah.
figure, looks really nice.
Yeah, you have the cloth a skirt piece on her, which is nice. You have the cape and the cowl, and what I like is they really went ahead and tried to match the design patterns on the actual plastic hood and then on the fabric cape. So you can see sort of that purple and all the different little designs, the intricate designs there. So they put some thought into it. We can go into the Halloween stuff in a little bit. I don't know if like anyone's really excited about the Halloween stuff, but hey,
Oh,
''tis the
they're
season.
fun. Yeah,
Temple
this
Guard,
guy,
Jedi Temple Guard.
I was super excited for these. This is Crimson Guard. Those are the two when you want guards to be guarding something. I love the Crimson Guard. Those are the OGs. But these Jedi Temple Guards, I love their backstories that they have to like Jedi already have to give up attachments and all this stuff. These guys are like hardcore. They gotta give up everything and they're just defending the Jedi Temple.
Are these like Shaolin monks of the Jedi?
Yeah, pretty much. And they're badass fighters, but they give up even their face. They don't even show who they are anymore. They're just defenders of the temple. And the design and everything I like since we saw them in the Clone Wars cartoon. That's where I
Mm,
saw them at least.
yeah.
And the how they did the figure looks like it's gonna be pretty good. And then I wish they'd sell them in 2 packs because you got to buy two of them. You can't just buy one.
Yeah, yeah. Man, again, this is Halloween stuff. They look okay. Yeah, the Jedi. We'll stick with mainline stuff. Jedi Temple Guard looked really cool. Again, troop building. They seem like they're ripe for something like that. And if you could do just a multi pack, that'd be cool. But hey, you can get one, you can get two, you can get four, but you have that option available to you. You mentioned the Ronin, the exclusive from Star Wars Celebration Japan. And now they have a colorized version of Ronin, and also the cloth pieces are gone. They replaced them with sort of soft plastic rubber pieces, but still looks cool. Any interest in this one, or are you cool with your black and white one?
I mean, I have like 30 Vaders and all these other characters. I can have two of the Ronin. I, he's
Absolutely.
an awesome character. I really like him. I have the Celebration one, but I don't know. I don't need this one, but you never know. If I find them $5 off on sale, I'll probably buy them.
There you go. It's an Ollie special for you then. That kind of thing. That's cool. I didn't get the black and white one. If I were to get one, I would get that one, especially the deluxe pack. It just looks so
Yeah,
nice, and that color and like that shading with the gray matching the anime is cool. Colorized version's cool. I can live without it, but it still looks nice. So
yeah.
um, and then we get some shocking, spectacular this is interesting where they decide to put their resources into. So we have a this is the witch. Who is this character that they're using? Dathomir Witch. Okay,
That's why I was just
whatever.
wondering with these, are they is they like extra plastic? Like, are they actually selling a lot of these? Because
I
I
mean,
end up get
but like, look at the stuff they included with this. You have
yeah,
the fabric skirt. I mean that's like you have your stuff good. You have a full on witch's broom. They
who's
actually
the
have
pup,
like the like the broom a part of it. It's not plastic, and then you
the
have the
hat.
hat too. There's actual there's resources put into this thing, which is interesting. So this isn't
Actually,
this the Sage Ventress?
I think so. Yeah, and the lightsaber looks like it anyway.
Yeah.
The hilt anyway. I have a few of these older ones. I do a little Halloween display with different monster characters, spawn characters, and
Okay.
stuff every year with my kids.
Mm-hmm.
So when I can find these ones on sale, I usually buy them because they're fun and goofy. I don't know how much of an audience those things have that they keep releasing them for now like 5 years in a row. They've been
I have to
releasing
imagine
multiple.
that they do have a good one because they keep doing them, like you said. So it's interesting. That one's really interesting. They also have a royal guard, which is a glow in the dark one, which I think is actually kind of cool.
Yeah, that one I'm probably gonna buy that one if I see it.
That one's actually this is the one I could like be like, oh, you know what, that's fun. Like a glow in the dark, it works every time. So
Yeah.
I have no problem with that. And you got your cute little creature. We showed the Jedi Guard, and then the last Halloween one, which also looks cool. Like I love all like the fabrics that they included, the mummy wrap on the Night Trooper. But I mean, put that to something else. But I guess
Yeah,
they
that
must do well for Target. I think these are usually what Target or Walmart exclusives.
I think that I've seen them on Amazon,
Amazon,
Target. I don't remember if Walmart has the exclusives or whatever, but that looks like a
like a werewolf pork or something. Yeah, like that
yeah.
little
My favorite
scrunchie.
one that I've got from all these, they did a Wookiee with a Porg. I have that one.
Amazing. You love your Star Wars. Overall, I think the stream was really good. I think it was a great preview to what they're going to show at Comic Con.
Yeah.
So this was said that the vintage card TVC will be 6x9. I don't know if that does anything to wet your whistle at all, but for again hardcore collectors, like yay, thank you, oh my god, finally the most accurate card. So good for
But
you.
but I
Good
think
for
HasLab news, if they're ever going to do another HasLab, I would assume that would be this is what this is ramping up to. They give us something
yeah.
nice and meaty like this, and then Comic Con they'll reveal some kind of HasLab thing.
Are we thinking Black Series HasLab, or are we going TVC still, which is the tried and true?
I mean, just going off guessing, showing that TVC Tie Advance now, you would think maybe that's why because they're going to do a Black Series for the
Mm.
HasLab.
What are we getting?
Maybe.
We're getting an X-wing. Is that the? I feel like you have to go X-wing first if you're going to do HasLab,
I would hope so. I mean,
right?
that's the iconic first vehicle usually everyone thinks of when they think of Star Wars. And
It just makes the most sense because you can go back to Creature. Rancor didn't work, so you probably don't want to go Rancor again because that would be like Rancor 2.0. Like we'll make sure it's good this time. We'll get everything. I don't know if you want to go there, but I think yeah. So no Rancor again, but I think X-wing. I think X-wing is the way to go. So
no, and I think I mean, since
mm.
the Ghost was I guess was successful, it funded, but I think you go big or go home. Like I think the Marvels HasLab, they're kind of struggling to figure out what they're going to do next.
Mhm.
GI Joe's just humming along. Their HasLabs have always been
Yeah,
successful,
they
but
already teased the next one. We all know
I
it's gonna be
say
Snowcat,
if they're
so
gonna try a 6-inch HasLab, go with the X-wing, and if it doesn't work, then you just don't do. It's not gonna happen. But
yeah,
I think they
yeah.
should at least try.
I think this year so far has built enough goodwill towards all men and women with Star Wars. So with Black Series and TVC, but very much Black Series. Black Series needed a sort of like a soft relaunch, and it feels like they're kind of going that way and telling people, hey, look, we're actually listening to you. We're going back. We're redesigning. We're getting things that you've specifically asked for,
Yeah,
and if they've been listening to people, I think people are ready for. If you're going in on GI Joe has labs, what's stopping you from going in on Star Wars? Like, who wouldn't want a giant X-wing? You know,
yeah. I mean, I guess
and
the only thing they not doing the HasLab is because we already know GI Joe's doing the Snowcat or
yeah,
whatever is coming out.
yeah.
So I don't. Would they release two at the same time? I mean, I don't know if that would be very smart. So maybe that Ty Vance was the big thing, and they're just going to release another information about figures or something coming up. Who
Well,
knows?
yeah, I think Tie Advance can live on its own because it is a general release, and so you can dedicate your HasLab resources to Black Series and just let that be its own driving thing for Star Wars this year. And then once that's done, I mean, these things are planned out well in advance,
No, but that's
but
why I'm not. I'm thinking they won't announce the GI Joe HasLab at the same time they're announcing the Star Wars one. So
I don't
that
think they care. I don't think it matters. I think we've seen that they don't give a shit if like we have to spend that much money on different HasLabs. I think
that's true,
that
and I mean that would be
yeah.
a super Hasbro thing to do, where they release
Well,
them both at the same time.
I mean, when I don't remember the timeline of the Ecto One, and because Ecto One and this wasn't a HasLab, but Marvel had the direct to order Sentinel.
Yeah,
And so those were around the same time. So if you want to kind of say like that's sort of a mini HasLab, I mean, it's not as much, but Giant Man was what 199, and
yeah,
so the Sentinel is 149. It's not that big of a difference. So
that's true.
I don't think they're in that area of like, oh, we have to worry, we have to separate the like, we have to have distance between all of these different projects because we can't have GI Joe, messing in with Marvel Legends and then messing in with Ghostbusters and yada 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 yada. But I think Star Wars can live on its own island and do its own thing.
That's true.
I think it just with Star Wars, it has to be about making it a brand that you can trust again, that you're excited about. Because I think there was just a lack of enthusiasm. There would be, cool figures sprinkled in, but there were never cool waves or a cool giant, announcement of a product that was a Black Series thing. TVC, I think, has their audience and it works for them.
Yeah,
So, but moving on, you just mentioned Marvel Legends. We got obviously we're all so familiar with Snap and their line of characters, and so we get the San Diego Comic Con exclusive Marvel Legends set, the Savage Land meat pack. We had sort of talked about what would be a cool figure to get. And he loves his strong. He's a real feminist, and he loves his strong women. And how they're represented in comics. And so we got the Rogue here, which is one that he specifically requested. And
yep,
so now we get her in the 3-pack. This is a Sauron. This is a not newly tool, but just a remix version of the old Build a Figure. I don't remember these little sonic waves he has, but
yeah. Telepathy or whatever,
the telepathy. That's right. How could I forget?
or
I'm a
mind
fool.
control, whatever. One of those mind things.
Well, it's a mumbo jumbo. Same arm, same upper body. And we see this a lot with Marvel Legends and Hasbro. I know you're excited. I understand. You've been wanting a new Sauron, dog. I get you. I hear you.
No,
But
he's more of a rogue, savage rogue.
oh, that's what it is. Okay, yeah, we'll get to that. We
He's like,
promise.
move away from this lizard man and talk
I
about
know,
the
but we gotta
women.
check out his crotch. So we got the purple sort of tunic thing. The Build a Figure had a brown piece. I remember with the belts. This one does have pinless knees. It's always interesting when they decide, okay, what are we gonna do that is pinless, or just use the old body or use old pieces. Obviously, with legs, less new tooling you have to do, but then with something like Sauron, the wings are so intricate and detailed, you have to, are you going to dedicate how much into that?
Yeah.
To redo the wings and the arm, because that would take a lot to do, right? You probably can't do those pinless at the moment. That's some sort of my excuse machine going off. So, did it bother you at all, or where are you with that?
Well, I mean, I have. Did you? Do you have the build a figure one?
I do.
Yeah. I'm sorry, my dog is going crazy.
No, who let the dogs out on this one?
Yeah, he's really excited about this.
I understand. It's cool. It's a really cool three way. You got sexy ladies. I get it. So you have a Shayna, have Rogue. Let's get to Rogue because
She's the main event.
Hachi Machi.
I mean,
Um,
that's Sauron. I mean, on the secondary market right now, or before this was announced, it was going for $100 for that Sauron.
exactly.
So
And this
people do
pack,
want the Sauron. That's why
yeah.
this is an epic pack that you're getting that figure you missed out on when it came out, and you get
Mm-hmm.
her. That's a tasty package to get into all those three together.
Oh, that's interesting adjectives. Yeah, and you get Shayna. I think these are two really great figures, really cool designs. And Sauron, like you said, Sauron was going for over $50, nearly $100 on the aftermarket. So for $90, you get this exclusive that brings a sort of newly tooled Sauron, and you get Shayna, and you get the Savage Land Rogue. It's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. I think that's a
Yeah,
good
for
deal.
that price, I'm surprised it was under $100.
Yeah,
Because if you're
yeah.
thinking $50 for the two girls and 40 for the build a figure, that's
I
for
mean,
the
you
deluxe
would
figure.
you would pay $40 now for Sauron.
Yeah,
So
easily, easily.
easy, easy. So I think that's pretty decent. I'm not going to complain about that one. So it's a cool pack. Again, this is the Comic Con, the old Snap exclusive. Um, Curious what else they'll have. Is this the only Marvel Legends exclusive that we'll see? What do you think? Do you think we'll get another one, or this sort of it's the
I
one
think
Marvel?
this. I mean, this is. I mean, it's three figures in one. It might be the
Yeah,
only one.
I
But
think so too.
It's also. They don't like to do the steamy figures anymore. Is this the only way to get that Rogue? Or
Hmm.
does the when they do a single release, if they do it, is it going to be a more tame version? That could maybe that, and they're justifying this is an exclusive or whatever, so we'll show a little more than we would in the regular figures because they've been doing that with some of the other
Yeah.
female figures. I hope not. I hope they just release these same figures again down the road a little bit. Okay, not the with all the stuff that they give it in this one because they want to
Mhm.
change it from the exclusive, but
Right.
it's gonna
Right.
suck if it's only Comic Con exclusive. It's hard to get, and then that thing will shoot up in price like crazy.
Yeah, that's two Hasbro
So
items I think are going to be really expensive on the aftermarket,
yeah,
especially the Anakin and Obi Wan, but this one as well. It's I think there's a good value in there for sure. So um, yeah, well, hopefully it's not so crazy to get, but Hasbro
yeah.
stuff flies off the shelves, so it happens.
That's what I gotta
Um,
say. The recently all of Hasbro's the maximum the what is it the Venom the Gamerverse Venom.
yeah, Spider Man 2.
I thought that the value for that was actually not that bad. The
Yeah,
price on this is pretty good. Their pricing, everyone gave them a lot of crap for the maximum Spider-Man, and then shows that came out at the time right before all the terror stuff happened. So that price actually isn't that bad. And the Hulk, it seems like it people aren't really complaining about the price anymore. And
yeah,
then
yeah. That's true. And then
well,
I think with the Gamerverse stuff too, with
yeah, I was
the
gonna bring up that those prices seem decent for what
yeah,
you're getting.
yeah, yeah. I mean, I think back in the day, maybe what 4 years ago, they were 49.99, so they've gone up $10 relatively to what's the general cost of things are now. So I think that's fine. I mean, $25 for a standard figure, and then the two pack, yeah, like you are paying more than what you normally would, but it's not. and like I was preparing for 69.99 or something,
Yeah, exactly.
getting to that point where like I can't justify it. So then hopefully with Juggernaut, because those are the ones I think Juggernaut is this week,
Yeah,
and
we'll
then
see.
Gargantos is the following week. I might have them mixed up. Um,
Shumagorath.
we call him Gargantos here. All
We
right, he
can't
has
call him
a
Gar- I don't
his,
recognize
his,
that
his,
name.
his legally changed name is Gargantos, but we know him in our hearts as Shumagorath
No,
always
in
for
my heart, I
Shuma.
call him Ubelek.
Oh, that's
Oh,
sounds like a personal problem.
I wasn't supposed to share that. I think.
I think that well, I'll leave that in the edit, but just so you don't say it again. Um, yeah. So those are cool, and those should be, you know, I would hope that they were the same price as Venom, which was what 60, 70.
Yeah, I don't know if that Juggernaut. That's going to be 79. I think.
It's gonna be yeah. My
Well,
hope
not
is it's
maybe
69.
69 and then 99. Hopefully.
Yeah, I hope that they're both under 80, because then it's like okay, I can manage that. I think that I can swallow that massive pill of
Yeah.
the cost on those figures. Sticking with Hasbro really quick, I wanted to get to these. These are the Rooftop Showdown set Ghostbusters, and we talk about things that are sometimes exclusives that they re-release in different ways. Um, so for the Ecto One, the HasLab Ecto One, they include newly tooled, uh, revised versions of the Ghostbusters, but of Ghostbusters 2. But you can get the OG crew and Ghostbusters 1 and their traditional outfits, and these have the newly sculpted heads. But I think they're all the same bodies from the previous figure they had released before. Some new additions here and there, some new detailing. It's cool to get those. They're $100, so $25 a figure. If you didn't get the first ones before, which were pretty bad, these look
Yeah.
fairly decent. The I think the Egon Spengler looks really good. I mean, it's a rendering, so we'll see how the actual figure looks. Ray Stantz looks pretty solid. Venkman, Bill Murray, that's
Yeah. The
those
he's
a
got
little
the
goofy.
eight head.
No, real big egghead. It's just hard to. I guess something about. I mean, I see it. I can see it, but it still looks off.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't fully work for me, but I guess it's passable. And then Zed Moore looks pretty good too. 3 out of 4 ain't bad, but they also are re-releasing the Proton Pack. I
Yeah.
think
That's
the one
pretty
before
cool.
was from Afterlife, so that was the HasLab version, and now they have the OG 1984 version that you can just order on the Pulse website, which is very cool.
So yeah, I like that they're like you said they're giving people the chance that didn't get it because they didn't want to spend the big budget on the Ecto One. They
Hmm.
can get these figures. The Proton Pack they missed it before, or if they were waiting for the '84 version, they want to spend
Yeah,
money on something that wasn't their version. So
exactly.
again, Hasbro keeps hitting their mark on things that like we used to complain about. So it looks
Yeah,
like whoever's taken over their customer service and listening to what the people want, they're starting to do things
it's
that everyone's been asking
it's
for.
AI. It's the entity from Mission Impossible
It's the
that's
action
taking over.
figure Chat GPT.
It's actually, yeah, exactly, and they're doing a great job. So, yeah, take all the water you need. It's really working for what you're
So I
wanting.
make sure to keep any AI happy because when Skynet happens, I want them to let me be enslaved and not kill my family. So
I, for one, welcome our robotic overlords. So I'm just putting that out there. Yeah, exactly what you said. So the Ecto One HasLab brings Ghostbusters 2 versions, but you can get Ghostbusters 1 versions, and you don't have to go in on the Ecto One, and you're not missing out. And they're two different versions, two different movie styles. So even if you do get the Ecto One, you can get this one as well.
yeah,
So you can mix and match and everything. I think that totally works out. I'm really happy to see it. It looks like Ghostbusters Day was super fun. I'm not doing. I mean, look, for the price of these, and the Mondo one looks super cool. The real Ghostbusters, they look really nice. They like punch right out of the cartoon into your hand. But I cannot justify $101 price for that figure that it does have a lot of cool things about it, and I love that cartoon style. I think I do have a connection to Ghostbusters, but I feel like I'm more in line with the movie than anything else. So, but I do love the cartoon. I also have an affinity for the cartoon. I would love to get versions of those, and my hope is that you know that they Hasbro can do real Ghostbusters in this style, in 6-inch style, and not just the real release of old retro versions. So
Yeah, that would be. That's why I actually like the Ghostbuster one versions. I didn't get Ecto one, so for
mhm,
$25 a figure, this for me this works.
that works. Yeah, that works
And like
totally.
I would love if they would do the real Ghostbusters. That would be $25 a piece, and this size and with the accessories and everything they do.
Yeah,
It'll be fun to see what they can do with that.
yeah, absolutely. McFarlane had some bullshit. I don't mean to disparage them, but I just don't have any excitement for McFarlane stuff. Some stuff I like. They had their geek out stuff with Target, and they had this Jonah Hex wave, which is pretty cool. We had seen this Batman, and we'll talk about Batman again because there's someone else that's doing a animated style Batman, hit or miss. But this one's cool. It reminds me a lot of the old Kenner action figure, which I
Yeah,
like. Something about the cape and just the look of it. I mean, I feel like it's just the same standard figure with a new head and a new cape. So I feel like I'm getting Malibu Stacy here. Like, oh, but she's got a new hat. So, but it does bring Jonah Hex pieces. I have no memory of Jonah Hex in the cartoon,
yeah. I think
but
you also don't have a memory that we talked about this last time we did the podcast.
we did. It's been a long time.
Your memory is that bad about the Jonah Hex that you just erased
That's
this
true.
all from your
That's
memory.
true. That's true. I don't care. I lost everything. But
Well, it's like you
what we did
said.
talk about, they are available for pre-order. I don't know if they're still available. They may have sold out. But also, the Bruce Wayne line was available for pre-order. They might still
Yes.
be there in Target, so you could have gone back and back to get the Bruce Wayne Build-A-Figure set and now the Jonah Hex one. So you got that, and then you had McFarlane doing another show. They showed off a couple of different things. They had their Superboy. I'm happy with my Mafex, so don't need this. A classic Wonder Woman, very classic. Those knees are just the ugliest things I've ever seen in my life.
That's McFarlane. They say give one good thing and then something horrendous in the
It's
next
so
thing.
it's so gappy. It's so awful. Yeah, the joints on McFarlane stuff just does not work for me at all, man. And I'm one that can forgive stuff. Like if just do single jointed and make it look good.
Yeah,
At that point, I mean, NECA does it, and they can also do double jointed. They have, um, I mean, Mondo with the Ghostbuster stuff. They do
yeah.
single jointed elbows and knees, and it works. It just looks nice. It looks pleasant. This stuff just looks jarring to me.
Especially for iconic characters. This is the first time that Wonder Woman has been made by McFarlane by Mattel, whatever.
Yeah.
Just make it. It's not basic, but just make it so it looks good.
They try and just doesn't seem to work sometimes. But there's some good people that work there in McFarland. And Tony Mack himself too. So I always have respect for
Oh yeah.
what they do. But like we said, we try to be honest. We try to give our opinions on how we feel about these things. So um, yeah, just some more reveals that we go through. Anything that stood out to you that made you raise your eyebrow or tickle your fancy?
No, the same thing with you. I'm very picking and choosing the stuff that's coming out because I mean he's put out so much, and now recently, as soon as he lost the license, he's pumping out figures like crazy.
Oh my gosh, it's
The
like
only
a
one right now I'm really trying
fire
to get
sale.
the cyborg Superman that just is, no one can find.
Oh, that's been a hard one to get, Cyborg.
Yeah, and that
Classic
and like you see,
classic
that
Nightwing here.
one looks awesome. Classic Nightwing I might get because I just really like Nightwing, and
Yeah.
that suit is so goofy, but it's fun.
Yeah, it's just old '70s style, which is super fun, so I get that. Miracle Man?
Yeah, never been a big Miracle Man fan. It looks good. The
It looked
figure
good.
looks
Actually, that
decent.
one looked kinda, yeah, looked decent. Like, that one looked decent. Just some other ones that, I mean, you're really testing my knowledge. Okay, I know Azrael. I think Azrael is kind of cool. That one works.
But that's just a redo. Like that's the same exact hard plastic wings he did when he first did it.
Oh yeah,
And
you're
three.
right.
This is the fourth version, I think.
Oh,
So the third or fourth version because they did the first one, which wasn't the original colorway. Then they did a chase with the blue, the regular one.
that's right. That's right.
So
Yeah,
he's I don't know how many years ago they did that, and they were using the same stuff.
yeah. I mean,
And
just the silhouette of
those wings
Azrael.
don't move.
Well,
You
just the
just pop.
style of Azrael looks great for toys in general.
Yeah,
So it just lends itself. But I mean, if it's the same thing they've done, just the fourth version of it, and the wings don't even move, it's kind of lame. So, um,
and this is another repaint. The first
yeah.
one was all silver.
What haven't they shown? Have they shown Batman Returns stuff yet, or no?
Uh,
I don't think
I
so.
don't think so.
And that's
Not
been,
that I
I
know
mean,
of.
it's been discussed. I mean, it's been out there. We just haven't
Yeah.
seen anything yet. So this long-eared Batman. It's a long Halloween, I guess, or
That's to
but
compete with the Marvel vs. Capcom Wolverine.
that's it. That's the one. They're like, okay, how do we get into the Gamerverse world? There we go. Let's give them the Wolverine. Beast Boy looks cool.
Yeah,
Beast Boy,
this actually is decent
that one looks decent. So,
with this
uh,
pizza slice.
sure. I don't. I mean, I guess he likes pizza. Some again, my DC knowledge only goes so deep that I'm not gonna remember it. But I know for a classic DC head, they're definitely digging this. So,
Yeah.
I'm just not your guy, man. So, nice like ignoramus, but I do know Deathstroke.
Yeah.
Deathstroke. I mean, look, just the knees are just the most atrocious thing on McFarlane toys, but I do think this figure looks kind of cool.
Yeah, I'm a sucker for Deathstroke. I love all the different iterations and figures and everything.
Yeah.
He's such a cool character.
Yeah, he's just a coolly designed character. I love his look. He's great. I love the DCUC figure that I have of him.
Yeah,
Um,
that's a good one.
I could be tempted to get Deathstroke, but I just don't think so. I think I'm sort of done with that. What I am tempted by, and we mentioned, when you were chastising me about forgetting about the animated series figures, is that now Mezco, this was long rumored. They had even teased it for a little bit, but um, they are actually officially doing Batman the Animated Series. Uh, this is due next January of 2026. And here are the first official promo shots of Batman.
And
um, yeah,
it looks like Batman from the animated series in pajamas.
yeah, which is just the Mezco style.
Yeah,
It's just like, you know, that was always the biggest thing for me. And I will always say this no matter who takes photographs of Mezco figures, they never look as good as they do as in person.
yeah,
They always feel better and look better in person. Photographs, they give me this Migo sort of vibe. Like they're all in pajamas, a cloth good. Just you can see all the stitching and everything. I mean, you can see all the lines and everything here. Like it looks like pajamas. And that's just not how I see Batman. It's a cool looking figure. I'm sure it's going to feel great in person and it will do the job. But I want a Batman that does a little bit more than just does the job. There's definitely shots here. And look, they really go and try to sell you like this is the animated figure. They include all the background and all these different iconic poses that he does from the show. They even show Joker here, so Joker is probably not too far away either. Um, and it I don't know if it captures Bruce Timm fully. On certain photos, you definitely get that. In this one, I really see it, from that profile. Here, I can see it well against the Joker. This one, for sure, I really
yeah.
get the vibe. This one sort of sells it, but you get sort of the big, broad chest, you get the smaller waist, and you get the tiny legs. And that's sort of, Bruce Timm style. And that's a problem with his characters being translated to figures and that they do look scrawny. They don't really stand upright. They haven't really figured how to get that done. It looks like this figure is sort of finding the gap between really representing Bruce Timm's design and also making a figure that stands on its own.
Yeah.
And the only thing for me, really, I don't mind the body. I think the body works. I think it's okay. There's some cool accessories here. You have the gas mask. You have a two-way radio. You have batarangs. You have a spray can. You have obviously his grapple hook. And you have another utility belt with hidden compartments, which is cool. Bunch of hands. I feel like you could have included more with Batman.
Yeah.
And Mezco is known for really going all out on accessories. There's something about the heads that isn't fully matching the animated style for me.
Yeah,
And
the shape is a little off.
the shape is a little off.
It's not
Yeah.
squared enough. Like you said, that picture there. It's more. I don't know. It's just a little off.
Yeah, there's something it's just not accurately matching the animated style for me when it comes to the head. I think like the jaw can be a little bit more square. I mean, it is square to an extent on here when you see it like on the actual neck peg. Um and maybe it'll look more like that. I think this third head here, like the sort of like the more expressive face really works well. I've seen that in the animated style.
Yeah, that one looks good.
That one does look good. This one, the eye squinting, I feel like the eyes need to be a little bit bigger. I feel like the eyes need. He had bigger eyes in the show. I would have loved the cape that actually kind of goes across his chest.
Yeah,
Doesn't just fall backwards because he does have a lot of times where he has the full silhouette of the cape draping down over his body, and then also a head that's just sort of all black with just the white eyes.
yeah, I
I,
agree with
I'm
that one too.
I don't know if I'm just being a complete nerd about this whole thing, but that's just how I feel about it. How do you
And
feel about
also,
this one?
I mean, I want him with more blue than it's too black for me.
Yeah.
The show he's more blue,
Yeah, it has
but
more highlights. That's the thing. I think that's what's also giving the pajama vibe is that it's
yeah,
all just sort of one color. It's just flat gray. There's no different shades of blue or black that are going into the costume right now. So it looks very plain.
yeah,
And
yeah.
that's
And the thing is, it's a decent, probably going to be a really decent figure. But if you can't get over the pajamas, you're not going to buy it. 'Cause
yeah.
that's just it's a line you're not going to cross because it's not. Some of their figures you can it doesn't look as like doll like because that's the thing. These are it's like doll clothes that you can for sure tell they're clothes
Mhm.
on the figure, and it's hard to get past that for me for sure with Mezco when it looks like pajamas and real
Yeah.
fabricy or whatever.
Yeah, you just see it like the Bruce Timm style. You see like the thinner legs and the ankles, right? And then you have the big broad chest, and you see the lines that are there. So it really gives the illusion of he has these giant pecs and everything, right? And big
Yeah,
arms. And with the figure, you're just not. It looks like a little flat.
yeah, and the like the same thing. It flat is the issue. The cape is too flat. There's not the color's flat. His a lot of the edges seem a little flat. So
Hmm.
I think it's just missing the mark by like minuscule
Yeah, I mean, and like in some
parts.
pictures like this, it looks like okay, they get it. Like there, like you can see, it looks like the chest is a little bit bigger. But then other times, it
But you
it,
also
it
see shadowing when it looks good. It's because they're putting light on it and putting
well, yeah,
shadows on
they're
it.
lighting in a certain way, right? That's not how the figure is really represented when you have it in hand. Especially like this one. Where
Yeah,
you see like those kind of shadows, those dramatic shadows. I hope that's something they can add into it. I don't expect it. I feel like when you get it, it's gonna have that sort of. I think it'll get the job done,
yeah,
but I don't think it'll be the full recreation of the animated character that I was hoping for.
yeah. I'm not gonna buy it, but I'll be interested to see what it looks like in person. Like you
Oh, I
said,
already pre-ordered
seeing
this thing. I pre-ordered it like in the first 10 minutes. Like I'm forgetting about it. I'm like, oh, I'm getting it. Like, what are we talking about? Like that's not even a question at this point. So, um,
then you can show me yours when you get it.
yeah, exactly. Like
The
I would.
Batman figure. You can show me the Batman
Oh,
figure.
so I was wondering, what do you want me to show you? So, Um, yeah, this was one more I wanted to show. I would have loved something like this, and you never know what they're gonna actually include, but this sort
Yeah,
of right? Like the dramatic cape that goes over the shoulders and
Yeah,
kind of just like V's out from the chest down, and drapes over his body, and then you have just the black cow. It would have been hard to probably recreate that in a figure because you do have the separation of the head and the neck and everything. But I feel like it could have worked. But I would have at least loved a draped cape
yeah,
included with him. So and also a Bruce Wayne head. Surprised that we
yeah.
didn't get a Bruce Wayne head.
Yeah, it's true. Like you said, they always pack in a lot of accessories and heads, and they were very. That's why I am assuming they're gonna do another version, like they usually will do.
Yeah,
There'll be
yeah.
a more deluxe version or a different color version or the more blue version or something.
Yeah, well, I'm hoping that San Diego, um, I'm sure Mezco will have something there that we'll get a better idea of what it feels like and what it looks like in person. Again, Mezco, you can see pictures of it and you're like, I don't know. I don't know if this is going to work. It's happened to me a bunch of times. I think the one figure I saw photographs of in video was Doctor Doom and I was sold on it, but I was still a little bit skeptical. But it looked like it was going to be the best Doom, and it is by far. It's the
Yeah,
best Doctor Doom 112 figure out there. The Doctor Octopus I don't have, but everyone has said that figure is awesome. And from the photos, I was very much in that. No, this looks like it's like a Mego toy, but everyone
yeah,
loves it. People love the 2089. They love the classic Spider-Man. I love the Green Goblin. Green Goblin looked a little goofy to me. Green Goblin inherently is a goofy looking character with the
that's
purple
true.
and the green. So, and just like how he wears but it works. And the figure does a really good job of interpreting Green Goblin as a figure. So, and that's can be hit or miss. Um, so I'm hoping this is a big hit for them because I really, really want this to work. Because I'm very disappointed that Mafex didn't continue with animated figures. They only did um, the sort of new adventures of Batman.
Yeah,
Not even it was I forgot whatever it was. It was like the second iteration of animated, so they're a little bit more linear. They didn't have as many colors, and it just had a different sort of like really, really um, uh, like sharpened Bruce Tim designs. It's sort of a little. I want to say flat, but yeah, they weren't as dynamic or interesting from the first iteration of the animated series. But they did though. They did Joker, they did Batman. I was like, okay, hopefully we get fully the animated series versions, and they never did. So
yeah, that was disappointing.
yeah, that's my rant on Batman. Hope you guys enjoyed it. I'm very passionate about that one. So yeah, I just had to put that out there. You know, Batman for me, and I think you could call him a stepdad in a way, right?
Oh, for
I mean,
sure.
yeah, he was a father figure
He's the bad
to
dad.
the bad dad, father figure to Robin, to all the Robins, the ones that died, the ones that didn't, the Batgirl, even so,
He's the father
yeah,
of Gotham.
the father of Gotham, truly, truly is. And with Father's Day being today, we thought we'd give a shout out to some of our favorite toy daddies, not the podcast, which is a great show. You should go check it out, Toy Daddies, but some of toys that are also dads in our segment we like to call father figures.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Some of our favorite father figures. I want you to go first, Mr. Piscina.
Well, I mean, a perfect segue since we're talking about the animated series, and Batman might be the father of Gotham, but old Commissioner Gordon was a father figure to Batman.
He really was. He
So
really
yeah,
was.
I love the animated series. You were talking about how you love it too. I love it. This version of James Gordon from the show was
Hmm.
really good, and then this McFarlane figure is actually pretty decent. I like what they've done with the animated series wave
Yeah.
because I just love them. They really put the spirit of Bruce Timm into the figures. Like I think
Yeah.
they get as close as possible. They're not
Yeah.
the most articulated figures. They're not really going to blow you away with
No,
any
I mean
specialness on it, but they look how you want them to look.
exactly,
And
and I
and they're
love that they.
sturdy. They're sturdy. You can stand them up. They're not going to break apart, and
Mhm.
they're really well made.
Yeah, I really am appreciative that he went and went back to the well of the DC collectibles and got those molds, and he just did his own version of them. But they're the same figures from before, but he went back and did some retouches on them, and also included a build a figure, which is
Yeah,
cool. So um, some I like more than others. I like the OG versions. There's actually some new versions I like as well. But it is cool to get those again, because there was so many people that missed out, and
yeah. I missed out, so I'm buying all of them that when I see them.
yeah, I missed out on a few. I remember going back during COVID, retroactively getting a lot. I think I got ventriloquist for like $15, and that figure
Nice.
goes for over $100 now. Yeah,
Nice.
same thing for I think for Bane, Mister Freeze, a lot of those single carded ones. I was able to get them before they skyrocketed. So,
Yeah.
but it's cool that McFarlane went ahead and released a lot of them. So, like Commissioner Gordon right there. My father figures. I got a few here. We talk about X-Men a lot. We talked about the Gameverse stuff. You can't have X-Men with a professor. And I think I've mentioned this before on the podcast, but I have to shout out again. Toy Blocks. I bought this from his Etsy site. This thing is so nice. It's the perfect animated hover chair for Professor X. Even brings a little translucent stand, so that works as well. And it feels really good, feels sturdy. It fits the figure perfectly. Has the black outline on the sides and on the front, and the little red headlights as well. And it has the blue cushioning for the seat. And this professor works perfectly for this chair. So that's my father figure. Keep it in with the X-Men line. I mean, I would say this isn't the best Cyclops there is. I think Marvel Legends had done a pretty good one, and I'm going to say we're going to get I feel like we'll get a maximum Cyclops at some point, but I still think this is my favorite Cyclops. This is the Mafex one, a little loosey leg, but he's a daddy as well. So I had shout out to Cyclops, someone that I didn't appreciate at the time. I thought Cyclops is just a punk. He wasn't cool. He's just some sort of like old loser type, and I didn't appreciate it. Let's switch it back to you. What else do you have for father figures?
Like I said, everyone's daddy, old Pedro Pascal, and
Oh,
Grogu's daddy. This is my other pick for my favorite one of my favorite father figures. This is the Mines of Mandalore Black Series that came out
yes,
last year, I think, or the beginning of this year. I don't remember.
yeah,
And it's the Mandalorian. It's what, just like we were talking about Black Series and Hasbro are doing good things. This is what brought people back after people were starting to walk away from the Star Wars universe a little bit.
yeah.
And he's an awesome father, and I wish he was my dad. Even though the
he was,
figure
he was, he
Pedro
was
Pascal's face he's a beautiful man. The
mm,
figures, not so much. So
abomination,
I will keep the
complete
helmet on
abomination.
any of the figures I
They
get of
ruined my
him.
brother. They ruined Pedro. I don't know what
Yeah,
they're doing out there.
the internet's daddies, they cannot get their faces right.
They cannot. They bastardize the daddies out there. So they got to do better. They got to do better. We all request as a society for them to do better.
And I guys, the Marvel Legends hover chair is pretty good too.
It is very good. It is very good. It is very
And
good.
this deluxe one that they did for Professor X was not that bad. It's a different
No, it's
style.
still,
Yours the one you have. It looks really nice. I like the sleek design.
yeah, but
Uh,
both work well. I love that one. So that one's really
yeah,
good too. I like the a little effect stand that it has as well, and the explosive. Um, um,
that's
you know
mind
what it is. We all know what
mind
it is.
powers. It's mind
Sure,
powers.
yeah, his mind jack powers. So yeah, that's exactly what it is.
And we're
Mind
honoring
power.
them. We're honoring them. Don't take it that place.
Sorry, I was dishonoring them at that moment. But did you
But
ever
how do you
get
become a dad?
you are exactly? It's true. I thought that you have to call the stork. That's how you do
That
it.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, okay, got it.
The
Got it.
tariffs. That's why there's no kids right now because the
The
tariffs on kids
tariffs,
are
yeah, it's
so
just stopping
expensive.
all the storks. They can't make it across. It's like 110 percent tariff. They're not going to deliver babies right now. It's impossible. So, did you ever get the Glavis Mandalorian, the Glavis Ring World?
No, I did not. The one that came with a spider.
No, it didn't come with a spider. It
Oh
came.
no, yeah, I know what you're talking about. The Ring
It,
World
it
one.
was the one that I think they released two versions around the same time. It was the Mines of Mandalore one, and then
Yeah,
the Glavis Ring World one. That
yeah,
Glavis one is actually really good. I think it might. I That's my personal favorite Mandalorian. I've seen some Offix one, I've seen the figure arts ones, and I was very tempted to get the chromed out version, the exclusive um, celebration one, which looks
yeah,
really awesome. But I'm really happy with the Glavis Ringworld one.
yeah.
If you ever find that one, I highly recommend it. It has a soft cape. It has his saber and the actual metal pieces. I mean, like the plates and everything. It
Oh,
has
nice.
has sort of a sheen to it. They're not actually metal or like back metal or anything. They're not chromed out, but in certain lighting, it does give that impression. It looks really
That's
good.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, it works really well. So I think that's definitely the best Black Series Mando.
Yeah, I
Uh,
pre-ordered the all chromed out Mafex version. We'll see how
nah,
that one is.
yeah, that one looks great too.
I
But
couldn't resist. It looked too good.
oh, I don't blame you. I don't blame you. But
That'll
yeah,
probably be my ultimate Mandalorian. But we'll see what happens with the movie. They could.
you
We
might
don't know
get
what's
another.
gonna
You
come
might
out
get
when that
you
comes
might get
out.
your maximum Mandalorian. So,
That's true.
um, I'll throw it to. I mean, I think this is the granddaddy of comics, really. And so, if you're going to talk about father figures, you got to talk about the man, old Curb,
That's true. That's a good one.
Jack Kirby. So, um, I mean, without him, I only think we would be here.
Yeah.
We would not even be alive right now. We would be doing this podcast right now, dude. So, Jack Kirby. I mean, it's so cool that we have a Jack Kirby figure. Like I know we have a Stan Lee one, whatever, but Jack Kirby figure is so cool to have.
I
And
don't
the
know if I'd
and
whatever Stan Lee, but yeah.
I would ever them.
Well,
I'm gonna die in that hill.
Yeah, Kirby would and his family would whatever Stan Lee for sure.
Exactly. Exactly. So you gotta pick a side. You gotta pick a side. It's a binary choice you gotta take.
If I have to choose, I'll take Kirby. I agree.
All right, all right, all right. We're not choosing. We're the joking guy. Come on. Is that it for your father figures?
Yeah, I couldn't find any more right
No.
now.
Well, the real father figure is the one you have inside of you, right here in your soul. Because you're a father figure. You're welcome.
That I'm tearing up a little bit. I
I can tell.
appreciate it.
I can tell you're touched.
I'm so
You've been
emotional right
touched by
now.
an angel.
That
Um,
was a great show, by the way.
I've never
I
seen
love
Touched
that
by an
show.
Angel. You did love that show?
I need figures for that show.
Touched by an Angel? Another
I've
show I'm trying
never
to think of. You know which you know what I want to figure of? Bible Man. Remember that show?
no.
You don't remember Bible Man? Bible Man was an actual TV show. It's Bible Man: The Animated Adventures. Or that's a cartoon version. But there was a show called Bible Man. It ran for 2 seasons. Um, the worst show you could possibly imagine. But the costume, but the toy. Talk about like a cool costume. Let me bring it up here. This guy is just absolutely fascinating. But I was just thinking about like what other characters from '90s shows don't we have, and what would be really cool to do? It's gotta be Bible Man. Let me just bring this up right here. Yeah. So I'm
Well,
petitioning for Bible Man to get a 6-inch action figure. I mean, look at
isn't that the new Infinite Legions from the Mythic Legions?
that. Yeah, I think they're doing it in the unofficial Bible Man.
That's what they're basing those off of.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah.
Now it makes sense. I was wondering.
Yeah, exactly. Just dude, like, look at this guy. I mean, look at the attitude on this guy.
Hey, he's a lightsaber.
He's got a lightsaber.
Or a saber of truth or something, a faith
It's
saber.
yeah, it's like the I don't know, like Matthew's saber or something like that. like the sword of David or something, the lightsaber of David.
I need one of those.
You need one of those. That would be perfect for you. You can wear the costume too.
I want to know who he fought. Who was the villain of this show?
The villain of Bible Man, I don't remember.
I mean, I assume it's the devil or a demon.
It's some sort of demon. Has to be a demon. And this isn't sacrilege. This was an actual thing.
What the heck is that?
I think
It's
that
a
was the bad guy, and this was
it's
the
the
name of the
Borg.
episode: "Breaking the Bonds of Disobedience," an action-packed dramatic adventure based on gods.
I can't believe they got Jean-Luc Picard,
Got Jean-Luc Picard. They did a crossover.
Patrick Stewart to
with
do
the Borg.
Locutus for this.
Yeah, he
The
picked
crossover event between Star Trek. That's awesome.
pretty amazing. Yeah, you thought it was just Generation. No, it was Star Trek and Bible Man. That was the real crossover of the '90s. So you missed out. So I think maybe we'll do like we'll petition hard for Bible Man. We'll do like hashtag bring Bible Man back or something, So or resurrect Bible Man. We'll have to do one of
Well,
those.
I think we should just get a Kickstarter going right now.
I think we can make it happen.
We'll
If you
talk
guys
to
are out there,
Wade.
you
We'll
want
talk
to
to
make some,
Wade. I think he can
yeah,
throw it in there with his
yeah.
Odious stuff, and
Mm-hmm.
I think
Yeah.
it's
Well,
gonna
I'll
print
arrange
money.
a Zoom, and we can. I think we can hit the ground running. This is a hot item,
Yeah,
so we're gonna need it in these dark times. But what you might need in dark times are toys, and if you want to get some toys, I highly recommend checking out our sponsor, Hidden Temple Toys. And just to put out there, our messages and our meandering are in no way reflective of the business of Hidden Temple Toys or their subsidiaries at all.
and if
So
you were offended by us talking about Bible Man, that is not endorsed by Hidden Temple
not
Toys.
endorsed by Hidden Temple. Nothing that's been said on this show besides go to Hidden Temple Toys has been endorsed by Hidden Temple Toys. Having said that, we go to my favorite segment. Well, I mean, usually the Yellow Wing, but we did a father figure version of that. We got some new stuff to talk about with new figure smell.
Love that new figure smell.
Mm, mm, mm.
Delicious.
What was that sound?
My stomach.
I wasn't your stomach, Larry. Come on, we know
I'm hungry
exactly
for new figures.
We got new figures. We got Blanca's. You got a Blanca too.
Yeah, and I got this from an awesome store called Hidden Temple Toys.
Yeah, we just talked about them. Hey, what a coincidence! What a
Not only
coincidence!
did I get Blanca, I was able to finally get a Sagat that I've been looking for.
Sagats.
Yeah, if you have not held these in your hand to feel the weight of these figures, they are worth every penny.
Every penny to the dollar. I
I
mean,
would call Hidden Temple Toys, check with them whenever you can to see if they get these in, because when they get them, they sell out because they're so popular.
bigger than your head. You got a massive head.
Yeah, they call me Big Head.
No, big old. That's rude. That's so mean. These are so cool. Bigger than my head. I mean, they're about my head big. I got a fat ass head. So, it's the head size.
It's like looking at twins.
Head size, dude. Oh man, this thing is awesome. Look how beefy it is.
He looks so good.
We talk about Jada, V, Storm, and where we want to spend our money with when it comes to Street Fighter. I'm down for all of it.
I agree.
I think I'm in total agreement. We're all in agreement with well, just give us all the Street Fighter stuff. If you're gonna do Street Fighter 2, I mean we're more than halfway with Street Fighter 2 when it comes to Jada. So there's not a lot left for them to do when it comes to the OG lineup. Oh man.
Can we leave you alone for a minute?
Yeah, I'm gonna turn my camera off for a second.
I'll handle the show for you only need 30 seconds probably, but
Oh my gosh, this is just.
I'm gonna come.
oh no.
What? It's so good. It's so beautiful. Yeah, this thing is awesome. I have the Sagat too. He's incredible. The Blanca, man, they did a good job. I remember seeing photos of the prototype, and I don't have them here, but the one thing was the head seemed off. They didn't get the expression right. And I think they do a really good job of following it's sort of like three versions here. We kind of have Jada doing their sort of own style. They sort of follow like maybe more of an animated style. And then you have your video game art, and then you have your pixels, and how it kind of looks there. And I think this is sort of a good marriage between all of those. I don't know if you can really. I mean, there's a little bit of a heavy light, but I feel like it just kind of captures the video game and the art. I feel like this is at least for me, they really get the anime, and I love the Street Fighter animated style. It's in all of those worlds at the same time. For me, I think. But I really see, yeah, I do see Street Fighter too. I feel like they've gotten better and better as they go on. So this is great. This is so cool. I'm gonna tear this open and play with it. Um, yeah.
Yeah, I think if you go to the Hidden Temple IG or whatever, Ed did an opening when he got his Blanca. If you want to see Ed, he can't be here, but you can go watch him play with Blanca a little bit.
I mean, I love watching him play with his Blanca.
Yeah. It's a good thing no one watches this show all the way.
Yeah, we only have like 15 viewers, so otherwise we'd be reported and canceled at some.
And Ed for sure is not going to watch past an hour. So
no. He only watches like 20 minutes every time we do these shows, so very short attention span. But we've gone long enough. Fun time talking toys, recapping a lot of stuff we haven't been able to talk about in the last week. So, David Poole, how can people follow you on the social medias?
Well, I got Two Sons Collectibles on IG and Two Son Collector Dad on YouTube and IG. Because I'm a proud father. It's Father's Day.
Proud father of two strapping boys.
Two awesome boys that are amazing, and they have my love of toys, and that's why. And it's Star Wars, Two Sons of Tatooine, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow. It's a real feather in your cap, isn't it?
I'm a nerd.
Yeah, and a proud one, too. Nice.
Who is your daddy?
I missed Ed on the show. It's not the same without him. We did our best. We can't wait till he can come back on, and we'll do this again and be bigger and better. No pun intended.
No pun exactly.
Thank you, honey.
You can follow me, Figure Report, on Instagram, Figure Report on YouTube as well. Figures Not Included. You can follow us on Instagram and Facebook as well. Please subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. We appreciate you watching and listening, however you take in our podcast. We thank you for making us part of your day, your morning, your week, your month, your year, however you take us in. We thank you. We bid you a good day and a good night.
But we have all these awesome toys, but unfortunately,
Figures Not Included.
Sorry.
And the breaks. They're mine. They're not yours. So long.